Hello everyone, welcome back to Seek the Source Ministry. This piece is a tribute to all the mothers, grandmothers, aunties and women who nurtured, guided and cared. Some may not have experienced their own mother's love, but we honor the love they received from someone who stepped in. And if you never knew how to mother, God can teach you because He is the source of all true love. To the women who gave even when their arms were empty, you mothered with your heart, your prayers, your strength. God sees you. May these words remind you of the divine beauty, strength, and sacred calling of a mother's love. This poem is called A Mother's Love. A mother's love, like a hen with wide open wings, shielding her chicks from a predator's threat. She's like a true friend who stays closer than a brother, anchored in prayer, rooted in God, steady in faith. Not just any mother, a God-fearing mother, a praying mother, a selfless mother who sacrifices her comfort so her children can rest easy. She stays humble so her children learn that gentleness is strength. Her antenna always on alert, sensitive to danger, scanning for threats. In her growth, discernment increases, always sensing, always protecting. Her spiritual radar never sleeps. With watchtower eyes, she scopes the scene, detecting predators before they pounce. She could choose to be a ratchet hen, pulling upon bullies, but she doesn't. She breathes, she pauses, she lets the Holy Spirit lead her to control her reaction. She turns pain into purpose, tears into teaching, fear into faith. Because in that moment, she becomes your safe space, your soft landing, where peace meets at her bosom. She prays for your covering, then teaches you to rise with resilience. Just as God commands us to bind His word on our hands and foreheads, He also tells us not to forsake our mother's instruction. For her words are like a garland on our heads and a pendant around our necks. She turns painful experiences into growth moments to teach you love, to teach you forgiveness, to remind you of your worth. Don't ever underestimate the power of a mother's love. And fathers, do not become an obstacle to her God-given right to nurture, to protect. Even God shows her value by comparing His love for His children to a mother's love. He says, I longed to gather your children like a hen gathers her chicks. That's holy, that's divine, that's motherly. Her husband and children called her blessed. They see the honor she wears. She is to be honored. So don't neglect her, don't abuse her, don't take her for granted. She disciplines not to punish, but to shape. She speaks life, not to flatter, but to build. She says, don't let others define you. You are already defined by God. You are wonderfully made with your hair, skin, height, and all. To my child, don't listen to the world when it says you're too skinny, too dark, too short. Their opinions change with the wind. 1 second, it's this. Next minute, another. Next season, a new or old trend. So my advice, be a trendsetter. Don't change who you are to please others. Be yourself. Your beauty runs deeper. So focus on your inner crown, a gentle, quiet spirit. That's royal. Be led by the Spirit, not the crowd. Be like Jesus, the ultimate trendsetter. He teaches love, humility, and sacrifice. A spirit-led mother reflects the Holy Spirit, watchful, deeply present, compassionate, strong, comforting, and wise. She feels your pain in silence. She worries while you sleep. She groans in prayer, interceding even when you forget to pray. She wishes she could save you from pain, wants to cover your shame. But she knows there is only one with true power who's able to fully cover you. The wonderful counselor, Yeshua. She knows more than you think. She sees through the lie, spots the cracks before they show, and still she loves, corrects, restores. She raises you to soar. Not just fly, but soar in your God-given calling, above fear, in faith, She molds with wisdom, disciplines with love. She doesn't promote negativity. She builds your confidence. She reminds you of your worth and your identity. She screams sometimes, but always returns with wide open arms, like a hen's wings with unconditional Christ-like love. She knows when to hover and when to let go. She knows smothering isn't the way to go. She chooses when to fight and when to surrender. In her weakness, God strengthens and fills the gaps. In her default settings, God downloads wisdom. She's not flawless, but she's faithful. She weeps for her children when they're hurting or neglected. She pours until she runs dry, then pauses, refills, and pours again. She sips lemonade, dances in the sun, takes time out with God on night walks, eyes mesmerized by the moon and stars, dancing under its light, thanking Him with every breath, mirrored by her parents in the garden, when they walked and talked with God, living by spirit and truth. Be the kind of mother who can be corrected, who says, "I'm sorry for the pain I caused," when learning how to be a mother. Being a mother reminds me of God's unconditional love. When met with resistance, I choose love over retreat. Even when I'm tempted to run away, the Spirit strengthens me to stay. I'm not perfect, but I serve a perfect helper. He mothers through me. So no, I don't need to be flawless, but I will be faithful. Faithful in love, faithful in growth, faithful to His instructions, faithful in His shalom. Under His wings, I will stay and pray. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful women who mother from the earth. We love you. If this message blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss more uplifting content. Thank you.